face on. Hi, everybody. Welcome. How y'all doing today? We're going to put these up. Do you want me to change your last name, Wendy, or leave it as is?
Oh, you can leave it as is. That's fine.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Oh, I do have the power to change it. I'm like, I don't know if it's just pulling from Facebook or if it will change. Hello. Welcome. Oh, my gosh. How was everybody's holiday? Ladies, tell us how your holiday was. Wendy, you have to go last, though, because yours was like the biggest. Okay. We're going to let you tell last. You guys all know what I'm talking about here in a hot second. Emily, how was your holiday, girl?
It was wonderful. I've never been pregnant before. It's my first time pregnant, and everything has been very difficult. I actually hurt my back, just tweaked it for the day, apparently. For Christmas. So my fiance ended up cooking all of Christmas himself. I was very proud of him. He did a great job. So.
Oh, what'd y'all have for dinner? What did he have to cook?
Oh, he did everything. Turkey, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberry sauce. He did everything.
Oh, bless his heart. The works.
Yeah.
That is so cute. He is so cute. Well, so does he like to cook? So her fiance makes these gorgeous cutting boards. Does he like to cook as much as he likes to make things that help you in the kitchen?
Definitely not. He likes the creativity of the woodworking a lot more, making like custom wood creations, but he's still really helpful everywhere else. So kind of Renaissance man.
That's cute. That's really cute. I love it. Kathy, how was your Christmas? How was your holiday?
It was great. It was quiet, but very nice.
Ah, yay. Awesome. Okay. And anything like really fun that you did that day or?
No, it was just the two of us. So like I said, I think our probably the fun part, her opening gifts and chewing and stuff like that.
I love it. I love it. At our house, I did Legos for everyone, like big, nice sets. And I had no idea how brilliant that was because nobody was on their device all day. And so we sat and watched movies and ate, but we talked more because I have this really big sectional. And so everyone is sitting with a big cookie sheet in their lap with their Legos. Everybody stayed off their devices. It's like, I'm going to like tell Lego, like they should use that as like a, I'm like, y'all need to do a commercial with this. Your kids will stay off your devices for at least one day. Anyway, it was really quite lovely. Okay, but Wendy has the best Christmas. Wendy, tell everybody what you did for Christmas.
I got married.
Kathy fell over. She's so impressed.
Wow.
Wendy literally got married. Yes. Well, she'd been planning it. It wasn't like, surprise.
Yeah. We've been planning it. He proposed in February, and we've been together 11 years. So it was time. We chose Christmas Day because his parents got married on Christmas Day, and they would have celebrated 69 years of marriage this year together. So we honored them. We honored our ceremony as well.
Cool. What made them want to get married on Christmas?
So he was in the military, and so he came home really quickly, and they had to get married before he left. So they chose Christmas Day to get married really quick.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So
sorry, a little back feed there. Go ahead.
No, so they chose to get married on Christmas Day. So that was they had to get married before he had to go back. He worked at the Pentagon, so he had to get back to the Pentagon. And so they had a very short window, and Christmas Day was here, and it's a beautiful day. And I am a huge fan of Christmas. Anybody who knows or follows me knows I love me some Christmas. I have always loved Christmas. And it is I would say October to end of January for me is like my season. I just love all of it. I love snow. I don't know, don't boo me.
Yeah.
I love snow.
We like
I love all of it. So, but yeah, we got married on Christmas Day. It was amazing. And we just took our first round of guests to the airport. And so we've got another round of guests that will be leaving tomorrow. And then we'll be back to normal, kind of.
Wow. That is so
Yeah.
fun. Well, and to think about it, like if they had to do it quick, everybody has the day off, family's already together. So like, why not? Like, that's so cool. Was it a good day?
It was a small ceremony. Yep, small ceremony, immediate family, and then we had we had a dinner at my house afterwards, and Bruce decorated the whole backyard with Christmas lights, and it was beautiful.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
fun. That's so fun. So we get her while she's on her honeymoon. Do you have a honeymoon planned?
You know what? We were talking about it, and I'm actually off of. I work a full-time job, so I'm off until January 3rd. He's going back to work tomorrow, but we were talking about going to maybe Nashville or something sometime this summer. So we'll see how that works out. Schedule-wise, we have a lot of shows are kicking back up out there, so I'm hoping to get out there and do a lot more shows this year.
Cool. Awesome. Isn't that so fun? Everybody give Wendy a big congratulations, because I just think
Congratulations!
you just made your case for yourself. I love that. I love it. I love it. Ladies, I did send you the link to this live. So on your computer, you can share that in your groups, on your profile, your business page, wherever you like, and kind of like tell some gals, come hang out with us. All right. Welcome, everybody. Please tell us where you're from and which company you are with. If you see the instructions down below, what you want to do is comment #holiday. So Miss Wendy is with Lila Rose, Miss Emily is with Pure Romance, and Miss Kathy is with Do You Bake? And when you comment #holiday, it's really cool because a button will be there. It'll say guests, and you click on that. And each of their Facebook groups, where you can see their brilliance and how good they are with their customers, you can join their Facebook groups. Okay. So I do ask that you don't privately message them and ask them for free business advice. They each have big teams and are taking care of people, but you can totally go kind of spy on them. Not really spy, but
yeah, for
you
sure.
can go see how smart they are. Okay. And so you'll get all their links when you comment #holiday. You'll also get our free images, our goal setting sheet, all sorts of stuff from us. So make sure you do that and tell us where you're from and which company you're with. Also, we're going to give away $50 gift certificate when we get 100 people. So we're halfway there. Keep going, my friends. So share it out and comment revolution. When you comment revolution and you have commented #holiday, your name will be entered into the drawing. Okay. So we're gonna say hi. We got Michigan Sprinkles. So she's on YouTube. So that's her YouTube name. Hi, girl. Hey, Caretha Jackson. How are we? You guys are welcome to say hi to anyone you see their name. Miss Tracy, Miss Mandy. Hello, James. Hello, Bertha. Hello, Miss Teresa. Hey, Mercedes. Kim, my girl. How you doing? Hello, Miss Nicole. Awesome. Pam, Tracy, how y'all doing? Hey, Brittany. Hey, Wilmina, how we doing? Leslie, how you doing, girl? Hey, Dawn. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Nat. Hey, Miss Terry. Hey, Barbara. Cindy, how we doing? Rosanda. I hope I'm saying that right, Miss Anderson. Please forgive me if I didn't. But welcome. Super glad you're here. Shermanda, very cool name. Hello. Welcome. Rahina, how we doing? Hey, Angel. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Debbie. Teresa, how we doing? Hello, ladies. So glad to have you here this morning, and gentlemen. Hey, Nat. Barbara. Vivian, sometimes. Hey, Debbie. Creative Memories. How fun. Beverly, how we doing? Welcome, everybody. Oh, I'm so glad. Marlo, how you doing? Josie, hello. Welcome, guys. So, Wendy, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to have you go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about your company and how long you've been with them, your level, how much you're averaging in sales. She is working another job. She's Wonder Woman. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your journey and where you're at. Go ahead, love.
Hi. First of all, I want to thank you, Michelle, for having me here today.
Thank you.
Super excited to be here and learn from these ladies as well. And Michelle has it right on the nose. If you start following people that are successful, jump in their VIP groups and just watch what they're doing. There's no rules against learning from other people. And it's so important. I have been with Lila Rose Hair Accessories for 6 years. I just celebrated 6 years in October. And truly love what I do. I'm a unit director. I'm one of 3 unit directors with the company. The next level for me is executive level, of which we have 3 or 4, 3 executives, I believe, two executives. So I have some goals set. I have some lofty goals for 2022. I really want to focus a lot on team building this next year, growing my customer base this next year. So I've put a lot of things into place, and I'm using my last week of vacation to really get organized and get some of my taxes done. Yuck. And just prepare for what I need to do in 2022. So I like I said, I have some big goals, and I want to help my team succeed, and I would love to make it as well. So it's going to be a fun year. We've got lots of things coming our way. So I love the company I'm with. We have no competition. It's one of my favorite things about Lila Rose.
Yes.
And so it helps me continue to grow.
Show them some of the clips and some of the things you carry, just in case, if you haven't heard it, Lila Rose.
Lila Rose carries.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lila Rose carries all kinds of hair accessories. So we have headbands. I'm going to just see if I can hold this up to my phone.
Adorable.
I'm trying to watch this. So Buffalo plaid's my fave. So I'm a little, the key and the beautiful part about our hair bands is we have this really great strap on the back that's elastic and it's adjustable. So whether you have multiple girls in your home, or, if you have really curly, thick hair, maybe you have days when it's a little frizzier than more and you need some room, you can make that adjustment. And they're very comfortable to wear, and they stay.
Emily's looking very interested. It's like curly.
That is the secret sauce. Yeah, cool. Emily, that is the secret sauce to our hair bands is they don't move. And I have never been a hairband girl, but when I got hooked up with Lila Rose 6 years ago, it took me about 2 years to try them. And I did, and I have been in love ever since. Some of the other products I'll share with you really quickly are Flexi Sport, which launched this year. This is an amazing product, and it's got a non-slip grip on it. It's great for high ponies. This is my favorite product for high ponies. Perfect. Yep, so I wear this one quite often. And then our signature product, we have the Flexiclip. So the Flexiclip, it comes in.
Let me clarify one quick thing. Michelle Lewis, she's not with Paparazzi. She's only Lila Rose. So these 3 gals are with 3 different companies, and Wendy's with a company called Lila Rose, and that's the only company she's with that I know of, right?
Yes,
none of these 3 gals are with Paparazzi. They're just amazing ladies in different businesses with, whether you call it direct sales or MLM or whatever you call it. Sorry, go ahead, Wendy.
And I was going to show you just another product that we carry, which this one is probably the most versatile that you will find, but this is our Flexiclip. This comes in 7 different sizes. And so the great thing about these, they're made out of piano wire and the stick stays attached. So this slides behind your hair and then the clip just goes right over the top. Yes. These come in 7 sizes. We have multiple finishes. We have gold. We have antique bronze. We have all kinds of different finishes. Plus you can get a multitude of designs, centerpieces, colors, varieties. We have all kinds of great things. And we also carry U-pins. These are my personal fave. They come in sets of 2. So if you jump into my customer group, when we're done here, I do a lot of demos. So I do lots of hair demos, show you kind of what's new out there when the products come out. And this year, our company launched hair care. And I am in love with our hair care line. They launched leave-in conditioner. We have dry shampoo that is to die for. And I love it because, I've been with Lila Rose for 6 years. they didn't have the hair care line when I started. And this company just continues to light my fire on a regular basis with new products. And I've been faithful to the hair products that I've used for many, many years. And so when this started to come out, again, I had to do my due diligence and I had to try the product myself, and I've stuck with it. So we've got just a huge line that's come out, and it's been wonderful.
And how big's your team, and how much are you averaging in sales a month, love?
I have right now, we have a little over 400 on our team Wild Roses. So we have lots and lots of fun in there. And our sales on average are anywhere from, sometimes depends. I mean, we just came off of November, which everybody knows is insane.
Well, no, your personal sales. How much do your personal sales a month average?
I average anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
Nice. And I gotta say, because some of them are commenting that they have super long hair. You guys, it doesn't matter if your hair is baby fine or short or long or thick. She has a clip for you. It is really cool because I have baby fine hair. Yeah, and it's because some clips don't work in my hair because they just slip right out because I don't have hair. And so it's really cool because they work for everything. So you're gonna love that. So awesome, Wendy. Thank you, girl. All right.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
You're so welcome. Thank you. So we have several questions to ask them about their business. So you guys, let's do the introductions and we're going to find out their business and what's working for them. Okay. Miss Emily, please introduce yourself, love.
Well, hello. And Michelle, thank you so much for having me. I'm a total fangirl of yours. So when you invited me to do this, I was like, what, me? No way.
Yes, you.
So my name's Emily Morgenstein. I've been with Pure Romance for just over 7 years. I think I celebrated 7 years on December 1st.
Love it.
This has been the only direct sales company I've ever been involved with, and the only sales job I've ever had. I went to a party maybe like 7.5 years ago, a Pure Romance party that a friend of mine was hosting, and I had so much fun, but I was afraid of committing to something because I have a host of kind of chronic health, physical and mental health issues, and I was worried, like, well, I don't know, what if I couldn't do the party or something like that. So it took me until December of that year to just take a leap of faith and believe in myself a little bit. It's probably my fiance who was believing in me a little bit more and actually bought my kit to start and said, you can do this.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually my Christmas present that year. So, yeah. And, it's been quite a journey. I think the first 4 years, I just spent really afraid of everything, of asking people, to do things because I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid that I would fail. I was afraid that I would succeed. And then people would keep expecting it,
Right.
There's just something about the people in this business, and Pure Romance has taught me so much over these years. The trainings I've been to, the team that I joined has just taught me so many things, and I've become I went from a person who probably my fiance and I would both agree was lazy to a person who is ambitious. And I'm just so grateful to Pure Romance for that and for everybody who believed in me along the way. I'm an advanced director right now, have been above that a senior director.
Wow.
It's kind of it's part of the leadership of Pure Romance. So I have made it to kind of the upper level of our structure.
Nice.
So that means I have, leaders under me as well. I really don't remember how many people exactly are on our team. My team very specifically, like people who are directly under me, I think it's 40 something right now.
Nice.
Personally, I usually average somewhere at least 2,500 a month in sales. Although I've done 10, 20, it kind of depends on what was planned that month.
Emily is newly pregnant. Well, you're in your second trimester, but this is her first pregnancy.
Yeah.
And so like managing that. And so, yeah, that's the great thing about direct sales, right? Is like, we can beef it up when we want to give ourselves a raise, and we can step back and not worry about getting fired when we need to, right? So that's one of the perks of this. And I got to tell you, one of the reasons I invited Emily is she has this Facebook group, and it is the most like compassionate, accepting, because it's about sex and relationship health, which of course is a touchy subject, right? Like that, you've got to have your heart in the right place. And it's just a place that's just safe for you to talk about things that, are sensitive and personal, right? And so anyway, I love her group, and so I'm excited for her to share with you some things about her customer service stuff and that. Emily, if you will, I'm going to have you back up from your camera just a little bit so we can see your whole face. And Kathy, if you would move to the side, can you see the white lines under your chin? Just so people can see. There we go, Emily. I can see a little bit more of you. Emily, you're awesome. So we'll have some more things to ask you, but thank you so much, love. Miss Kathy, she's with a fabulous company called Do You Bake. And I know she's, there you go. If you just tilt your camera down just a bit, then we'll be able to see your chin. There we go, girl. I know it's a little complicated because what you see is rectangle and what I see is, so you're still to the, I don't know if it's to your left or to your right. I need to be on the other side. There, perfect. There we go. Thank you for playing. So Kathy, tell us about us. Tell us about you and your team, and what you love about your company.
Okay. So I've been with Do You Bake 4 years officially. At the beginning of January, but
wow.
I spent about almost 8 months thinking about it, dabbling, not telling anybody I was actually doing anything. So although I'll be celebrating my 4-year anniversary, that wasn't when I actually launched my business. And please never be like me. I was like a big turtle just hiding.
You're not the only one in that.
Yeah, it's like, ooh. So I am actually a platinum team leader with Do You Bake. I'm one of two. There's one other platinum team leader, and that's my upline, actually.
Awesome.
That's the highest rank anyone's ever hit in this company so far. The next rank is director. So I'm looking forward to hitting that. I have 500 on my team right now, approximately. Wow. It might be just a little bit over that. And of course, my personal sales, with your question, I'm going to say it averages between 2,000 and 3,000. I've had high months and I've had lower months.
Yeah, right. Like
just
it seems very. And tell people just a little bit about Do You Bake. Like, tell them about one of your favorite products and how it comes. Like,
okay.
It's like you just add a couple of ingredients and shoot it in the oven or put it in the pan. Anyway, it's like,
yes,
it's halfway done for you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So with Do You Bake, we're actually a very small company, young. We're like 7 years old only, about that, and really only in direct sales really heavily in the last 4 years, like really push the gas pedal. So what is we give you the dry ingredients for your meals. We like to say we're fun, freaking delicious from home. You get restaurant bakery quality from your own home. And what we do is we give you all the dry ingredients and you add the wet, because obviously we can't put in a wet egg or oil or water or whatever. We have everything from drink mixes right through to appetizers, dips, meals, and desserts and snacks. And we have no chemicals, no preservatives, no additives, no fillers, no artificial flavors or colors, and no chemicals ever. Everything is real food that you can pronounce and nothing else. It ships in a pack, and you literally rip open the package, you add whatever the ingredients are, and you have it ready to go in the oven, or in some cases, it's a no-bake item. It could be a dip or a dessert or a drink. So I love it because it is delicious. It is nutritious, because we often sneak nutrition into our mixes, and it's easy. It's fast.
Yeah, it's yummo too.
kind of
And
hits all the right spots for me. I don't want a real complicated recipe to fill out, and I don't like cleaning my kitchen after cooking. So I don't have measuring cups and measuring spoons and 14 different containers of flour and baking powder, because it's all in one little envelope.
Right.
And I truly appreciate that, because I have to say doing dishes is not my fun spot.
I hate dishes. I always admired those people that like to be the cleanup person. All right. So I'm curious. I want to know how many of you, which of these companies you'd already heard of and which of them are new for you. So comment new if these are new, or if there's one you'd already heard of. So we've got Lila Rose in the house. We've got Pure Romance and Do You Bake. All right. So I'm super excited for them to share with you some thoughts. Now, I'm going to tell you why I decided to do this and why I felt like it was so important. Okay. In case you didn't know, we had this really crazy thing called a pandemic. If you'd been like living under a rock or something, you all know we had a pandemic, right? We're still in it, right? Kind of interesting. And the last 2 years have created kind of a roller coaster for every industry, including the direct sales industry. The funny thing is, for a little while, it actually really benefited the direct sales industry, to be honest. People were at home, they were online or on social media more, and they had disposable income. Now, what I mean by that, so I'm just going to tell you, I'm a really big nerd. I have a degree in economics, which means you understand things like interest rates and unemployment rates, or you try to understand those things and what caused them and how to fix them in theory. But the things kind of change all the time, and pandemics really mess up what you thought you knew sometimes. But when we got stimulus checks that put extra money into the economy, which gave some of your customers and even people who started businesses on your teams this little incentive to get going, and it made it a little bit easier. Okay. And then I've had some people kind of frustrated lately. And I've even heard phrases like, what am I doing wrong? Because their business isn't going the same that it was a year ago. Okay. Does anybody have anybody let that little thought sneak up in their mind? Okay. I just want you to comment mind, because we don't want to use negative words. But if that little thought kind of snuck up on you, like, what am I doing wrong? It's just kind of different. Things aren't going like they were a year ago. And what I wanted you just to understand is that, guess what? Things are going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. But guess what? When you practice good business skills, your business can always grow. You can always thrive. You might have to work differently. Sometimes you even have to work a little harder, but you definitely can always succeed. Okay. Even during like horrible times like the Depression, there were people who had businesses that thrived. Okay. And we don't have anything that bad right now. And it's hard. There's some people have some really challenging things going on right now, but it's just not. Okay. And so I wanted to bring some really fabulous women to you that were making their business work. Okay. And just to give you some good ideas, getting the year started out. And these are all women who have rode the roller coaster. Okay. As you heard, they all had been in business before a pandemic ever happened. So they were, fighting the fight before that. They've rode the pandemic. Now, there's not stimulus checks. And so I just wanted you to hear some of their really, really good advice and why they're choosing to be in direct sales, multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever you choose to call it. I wanted you to hear why they're choosing this as their income source or one of their income sources, because we all have a choice, right? We can get a regular job that we work for someone else. And for a lot of people, that's a good fit. And other of us like to be self-employed. Some like to have two sources of income. And I just wanted you to hear that, because I think sometimes we can start getting frustrated or overthinking things, and I want you to know that there's hope. Okay. So I'm going to start with you, Emily. Why do you choose this to be your income source?
Well, I think initially I just plan to put like a little bit of extra money into our house.
Ah.
And it seemed fun. I had been to that party and I just thought, wow, when the pure romance, person said, you can do this too. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
wow, like I never even thought about that, never. And, over the time that I've been with Pure Romance and just not just seeing myself grow, but seeing team members grow. And especially in areas that I don't think any of us thought about, like we probably came to it thinking about income. What we didn't think about was like the friendships, the love literally that there is on our team. We're close, it's a sisterhood. And the big one, actually, we were just talking at our last team meeting about like how we grew in 2021, and the word confidence just kept coming up over and over.
Wow.
And so, I think that those aren't the things you think about when you think about a job.
Right.
For me, with Pure Romance, I knew that I'd have flexibility. And, having all these health issues, knowing that at that time, I also didn't get up before noon because I couldn't.
Wow.
And, there were just a lot of, I just needed to have freedom and flexibility and having that. And like you mentioned earlier, Michelle, being able to, say one month I want to make a lot of money, I can. And if another month it was really tough, like my first 3 months of pregnancy, where I just had to take a step back, I could, and then I could pick it back up again. That freedom and that flexibility is invaluable in my life.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Wendy, how about you?
Oh boy. So I initially joined Lil Rose just for the discount. I loved the product. I fell in love with it. Tried it and realized that I wasn't even looking for anything to do outside the home. I work a full-time job. And so for me to do this, we also farm. So, but being in corporate America and then coming home, I don't have any small kids at home. I am a grandma, which I love, but my kids are grown up and gone. We farm, so we have farm season. Bruce is gone, and I just found this company, wanted to try something, and thought, you know what? I found these at a craft fair completely on accident. And I wore one in my hair, and I am just a big connoisseur of anything hair. So anything that works in my hair, I'm passionate about. And as I went to go online to buy more of these products, all of a sudden, I started looking at the business opportunity and thought to myself, well, I think that I think at this point, this is something I could try. And I was going to do 1 or 2 shows a year. I just wanted the discount because, it was nice and hefty. And, but it was just one of those things where all of a sudden it chose me. And I'm wearing the product everywhere I go, and people are stopping me at the grocery store. And Bruce can tell you, we go to Cabela's and he goes down one aisle, I go down the other, and he comes around the corner, and I got a lady sitting in a chair in the middle of the aisle, and I put my hair.
I love it.
This is not a rare thing to have happen. So now he's like, at first he was shocked, and now he's just like, whatever, like just let her do her thing. We were at a restaurant one day, and I had all my inventory in the car, and I met a customer there. And so I brought a couple of my boards in. Well, pretty soon I had all the waitresses they were shopping, and all my stuff was laid out and they were all shopping. And I just love what our products do for people and how it helps them open up to other people. I truly love the fact that I can wear something that will remind someone of a trip to Florida, if I'm wearing a starfish, or when I'm out and about, I Wendy people, as they've used that term now in Lila Rose. I carry bobby pins with me because we have beautiful bobby pins. And so if I'm out and about and I strike up a conversation with somebody, I let them choose one. And I find I have lots of different designs and styles, and I love the fact that I can just give someone a smile for absolutely no reason, if they're having a rough day, and I build relationships with people, and it's so fun to get to know people. And some of those people that I bless with a bobby pin could care less, or they take it and put it in their desk drawer and never look at it again. And some people I strike up conversations with that reminds them of their sister, just things like that. So I love what I get to do with my business because I get to go out and meet people.
Very cool.
And I truly love it. Truly love it.
That's awesome. Kathy, how about you?
So do you bake? I found it by accident because I'd never heard of it. Like, what the heck is that? And I tried the products. And so like everyone else, I immediately tried the products and went, oh, I like these products. They're very cool and they're easy. And what I liked was they presented me with real solutions to things that I needed, because I was on this quest at the time to really cut down on chemicals and additives and preservatives like that. So, from cleaning materials right through to food, it's like, oh, this was great. Skincare, everything, really on this hunt. And when I found the company, what intrigued me was there were hardly any reps. Nobody had heard of them. And that made me nervous at first. And then all of a sudden I went, wait, maybe that's a really good thing and an opportunity. And so it took me a few months. I told a few people that, look, I found these products. I don't know. What do you think of them? They tried a couple of things and the feedback was, wow. I did my very first show to help out a church. I paid $20 to go, donated a basket of some stuff. And I literally took the food out of my cupboard that I bought because I hadn't bought stuff to sell. And people at the church were going crazy. They were sniffing my open seasonings and spices, and they bought like everything on my table within a few hours. And I thought, I think this business could work. And so I just fit it in the nooks and crannies of my life. I work full time, and I love my job. But this was kind of fun. And once I figured out that it could be fun and fruitful, I think I'm in. And that's when I loved it. I started doing the odd taste testing party at my home. I started doing more vendor events, which I was like, I love this. This is fun. And it just has taken off since then. And what I love the best is, so I'll tell you a story about this company, and this is why I stick with this company, because all companies have problems, my friends. All companies have hiccups. All companies have things you don't like, but you find the thing you love, and you can ignore and not focus on the bad. This company, in my opinion, helped save my husband's life. My husband had cancer, diagnosed 2 years ago, and he could not eat food. And he was losing weight month after month after month after month. And even with a G-tube and high calorie, high sugar drinks, he was not gaining weight. He's 6 foot and he had 100 pounds. And the doctor said, this is not going to go well. He is not going to get through this. We have to have him gain weight. I talked to the CEO of our company because we can. She talks to us. She comes into our and said, do you have any suggestions for me at all? Anything. He can't eat our food, but anything. And our protein powder is 0 sugar, 0 carbs, low calorie. She said, let me go and see if I can find something. She came back from R&D and she had created a protein powder for my husband that was 6+ calories per scoop. I could put 2 scoops in 8 ounces of milk or water, and he would get 1,300 calories. Healthy, no sugar, good fats. We are now a year later, and at his last weigh-in, he has now gained 15 pounds. He's 115 pounds.
Wow.
And he continues to gain weight. This company provided me with solutions. I've been able to help picky eaters. I've been able to help underweight children. I've been able to help other cancer patients, giving them ideas and suggestions. So the crap that goes on with drops in sales and slow shipping and issues like that.
Yeah.
So who cares? I can get through that. I can do this. I can fit it in the nooks and crannies of my life. It's flexible. It's fun. And now I'm loyal. I can't leave this company that, in my opinion, helped save his life. So
That's amazing.
That's what I have to say. I'm a lifer, and he is too. And he can't wait to eat our food again because he still can't eat. So,
oh, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Much love and prayers to him.
So find a company, find the product, and you can make it work. It may take some, it takes consistency and due diligence and just work. But I'll tell you, direct sales to me, if I found a company that I loved, I don't know why people wouldn't jump in.
That's amazing. I love that. I love how each one of you, like, I really personally believe, there's all these like things in the world. People have different goals to, like, there's just really awful things happening to, so anything from a goal to challenges. And I really believe God puts on each of our hearts something a little bit different. We're all not supposed to help the homeless. We're not all supposed to help cancer victims, but we have one thing. There's usually one thing on our heart that we, try to help with. And you all have this servant leadership kind of heart and a desire to help people. And then you're blessed in return between relationships, confidence, and income. I mean, what an amazing thing. So thank you so much for each of you sharing that. You guys this is why I ask these ladies, because they have the best hearts ever. All right. So my next question for you three ladies is this. Why do you choose to use social media as part of your, time to market? How has social media helped your business, and what do you use most? And I would love to hear from each of you that are listening. Please tell us why you started with your company and or why you're there now. Okay. Because those things can change. But tell us about your why and what you love, while these gals talk about why they choose to use social media as part of their marketing strategy. Wendy, let's have you go first this time. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Social media. So when I started with Lila Rose, I knew nothing about social media. Zero. Really. And so I didn't know what an algorithm was. I understood nothing. And I didn't understand the importance of building the relationship and being genuine. So if I were to go back, or anyone that's been in this industry a long time, if you were to go back and look at like your first year of posts, I think I would be pretty embarrassed by the ones that I put out there, because I think a lot of them were really salesy. They were very like, here, buy this, buy this, buy this. And it had nothing to do with that. It has everything in the world to do with about being genuine and solving problems for people and really helping them, or connecting them with someone that with another company that could help them solve a problem. Those are the kinds of things that I love so much about this industry.
Right.
And I think that there's a lot of different things, but when you look at it as a whole, social media it's big. It's larger than life. I know people that are running their businesses without social media. That's not for me. I choose to utilize social media. I have friends on social media, and there's a lot of platforms out there that have made life a little bit easier. Facebook has their business suite, which has allowed me to schedule all my fun stuff out and ready to roll. So I'm not constantly on my phone. Michelle has awesome trainings about like just putting your phone down, walking away, and just give yourself some time. Yeah. That's permissible. I didn't know that was permissible in this industry, but it is permissible to do. Also, if you haven't taken one yet, Michelle has an algorithm challenge that you have to join. This turned things around for me last fall. I had never done one before. I thought I would give it a shot. And I get goosebumps when I think about it, because I learned so much from this lady about algorithms. And here's the beauty part is Michelle does all the research, all the homework, she does all of those things before she comes to us and offers something to teach us what she knows. So she like gives us all the nuggets and tidbits and then says here, you know, and shows you how to use it. She shows you how to think of questions. I struggled with, you know, I would ask a question, you know, just to build my algorithm, but then it was like, do you like red or pink? And people are like, oh, I love red. Well, then I'm like, well, okay, so now what do I say? Like, what do I say to these people that love red? You know, and do you love crimson? Do you love, you know, light reds? Do you love pink? You know, just things like that, that you have helped me personally with so much that I have, you know, shared with my team and shared your trainings and things like that. But your algorithm challenge is an absolute 100% must. Even if you've already done one, you need to do another one because algorithms change and Michelle changes with the algorithms. So she continues to teach you and continues to help you move forward with your business.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's amazing when you learn how to get in front of people on Facebook and what they want, what Facebook wants. And
game changer.
They're not trying to pick on you. Whenever I hear the phrase Facebook hates me, I'm like, first of all, it's not a person, so it can't hate you. Second of all, there's some things you don't know, but guess what? That means you can learn them. And anytime I talk to someone, you know how we all kind of hear that phrase, you know, I have tried everything. And I'll go through, have you done this? And they'll go, no, I haven't done this. I'm like, no, that's exciting. Guess what? That means there's hope. Yeah. You really haven't tried everything. So guess what? There's an opportunity here. I call our things that we haven't done yet, some people call them mistakes. I'm like, that's an opportunity. That means there's still, you know, we can still play around with this and see, you know, what you can do. So I love when I find that thing that you haven't done yet and how we can like, yes, okay, there's something to try. Let's try this, see what happens. So yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you, Wendy. I really, really appreciate that endorsement. And we do have an algorithm challenge coming up, but we're going to tell you about it at the end for starting 2022. And y'all, it's only $19. Seriously, like the ROI on that is like crazy. Yes, Leslie, she's taken the 2-week challenge too. We love Miss Leslie. Yes, her 2-week challenges are game changers. This one will be my second one. I love it. Thank you, Leslie. All right, Miss Emily, tell us why you choose to use social media, because I remember going to pure romance parties before social media, and we like had this intimate, and you know, you couldn't have anything less than 18 or, you know, younger than 18. You went off on a little corner with your consultant, had your private conversation. Well, now on social media, how cool. You can be in a group and chat, but then you go to the messenger, nobody can hear you. I mean, this is like so perfect for pure romance. Okay, go for it. Sorry, I'll quit talking.
Yeah. Well, I've been on Facebook, I want to say, since when it was actually only for colleges and universities. So like maybe 2005, I think. So I feel like I've been on social media for a really long time. So I feel really comfortable with it. But for sure, you have also helped to teach me things. And Facebook has changed a lot.
Right.
And utilizing it like daily. And utilizing it for business, of course, has been completely new, you know.
Yeah.
And then all the other social media now, you know, having accounts like everywhere, at least starting them so that I could try and stay with the trends. I think, you know, groups, at first, you know, I did start a business page. So I do have a business page. And, you know, I do want to learn more about like automating. I know you've had some great webinars. But I think groups for me has kind of been my niche. I do feel like my client group is my baby.
Yeah, you really take care of them. Yeah.
Growing that, you know, over the years and making it like a very specific place to be for my clients. And like with my brand, you know, on it. So what my values are, you know, the safety, the the shame-free, judgment-free, no taboo place to talk about women's wellness, sexual health, and intimacy, and kind of all things relationships.
Yeah.
And, I just think that, I mean, we've talked about, breast health and exams, and just
Yeah.
kind of the gamut of like women's wellness. And I just feel like women really need a space for that. And so utilizing social
Sure.
media to really connect like authentically with people about things that I really think are important. I feel like people have really been responsive to that. And of course we have lots of fun and joke around in there, but I've really seen people affected by the ability to have that place and ask
Yeah.
those questions. And
Very cool.
that means a lot to me.
I love it. I love it. It really is very refreshing, that group. And it probably isn't everybody's cup of tea. I mean, everybody has kind of a different, we all handle everything differently, from cooking to sex to raising our kids, right? But it's a lovely place. So I hope you check out her group. And the cool thing about groups is you can always leave and Emily doesn't know you left, or, so check it out, because it's a lovely, safe place. I also love how you're talking about anything from a newlywed, someone's new to this, to, menopause. I mean, she talks about. She'll take care of you. And if she doesn't know the answer, she finds the answer. She's great. I love it. Kathy, how about you? Why do you choose to use social media?
So I was always a face-to-face, belly-to-belly person. I grew up back in the 80s, going to Tupperware parties, and things like that. And so that's what I knew of direct sales, and I liked it. But I'll tell you, once I got into social media and learned some skills, because I knew next to nothing, I love that. So I have two prongs. I have my customer pod and my team squad. So two groups. And both groups are really important to me. And so groups like Emily are kind of where I really take care of people, or I hope I'm taking really good care of people.
Right.
And both are super important to me. But I do have to say, I have found online events have been interesting, not always super successful from a sales perspective. Depends on the group and the online event and the organizer and all of that. But it's allowed me to meet people I would never have met face to face, belly.
Right.
And it's allowed me to interact with them. And I would agree, the algorithm challenge is key. I can tell when my algorithm is slipping, because I've slipped, and I do the things that I'm supposed to do to keep the algorithm active. And that is a game changer. If you go from very few views, you start to see the interaction change. And I learned from you about how to ask questions, and not only just ask them, but how to respond to them to keep the conversation going, and figure out whether or not this is a conversation you need to take offline. Can I help them? Do they want to know more? And so I think online events and groups are really things that, and I don't do a lot of events. I'm really picky, but I did find they were very successful, especially over this holiday season, surprisingly enough. I've picked up a lot of new customers, and from all over, that I didn't know. And then finally, and of course I funnel them into my groups, right? That's the key, into my group where I can continue the conversation, the friendship, and getting to know them, and also the nurturing, because that's really what I like to do in my groups. I want my groups to be really safe places where people can come and just have a really good time, hopefully. So
I know, and food should be fun. Usually food is pretty fun topic to talk about. But when you do have a really sensitive issue, like your husband does and stuff like that, I mean, food allergies, I mean, there's so many things out there that people think about and face and, try to do. And it's not always fun. I mean, food most of the time on Facebook's pretty safe, but when you're actually helping people solve problems, that's a huge blessing. That's pretty awesome. So I love that. You guys are awesome. And I gotta say, you ladies, let me know if you agree on this. There's such a difference. The thing that kind of sometimes, like, I just want the conversation to be a little bit different is that I feel like we're like, yeah, sign up for my company. We're gonna do this on social media. It's gonna be fun. You're already there anyway. Posting about your kids and talking to your mom and your girlfriend that lives 3 states away is really different than running a business on social media. Would you gals give me a thumbs up? Would you agree with that? And so one of the things, my core, my thing that I am so passionate about is making sure people understand actually how Facebook works so that when you spend your time making content, it actually gets seen, because there's nothing more heartbreaking than putting your energy into making a video, going on Canva and trying to make something that looks nice, and then you realize the reach was not good and you didn't get any comments. And the other thing that happens, okay, tell me all this doesn't happen. If you don't get comments, if you don't get engagement, I call them the paranoid monkeys, right? Start swirling around your head going, they don't want to talk to you. They don't like what you have. They don't. And then you don't want to post at all, which then makes it even worse. Have it comment monkeys if you've ever had that little, that horrible little trickle happen, okay, well, there was no point in posting. It didn't work the last time. Like, oh no, you got to keep going, guys. Right? Do the paranoid monkeys ever kind of get to you, ladies? You ever had a day, a moment like that? You guys know better than staying in that place, but I've had it and I know better. And so that's what I'm really passionate about, is making sure that you don't stay there or don't even get there, because you understand how it works. So we love to explain to people what Facebook likes to see. When you understand that you've got to get comments, and the best way to get comments is asking a 1-button response question, scale of 1 to 10, how many days a week, multiple choice or comment this one word. There's so many ways, you guys, to get your algorithms up. And it's authentic, it's real, it's fun. And you don't have to be, just like what you said, you don't have to be on your phone all day. You can put the phone down, respond to people in bulk. That's what I tell people. Respond to people in bulk. Message people in bulk. Don't be on the phone all day. You hate yourself and your family hates you. Like,
Yes.
your family is only a dog, like nobody likes how that feels. So there's definitely a way to do that. But yeah, that's super important. All right. I want to hear one last thought from you, and then we're going to tell you about our 2022 algorithm challenge. Okay. But I want to hear, what are little things you do? Okay, let me step back for a second. People, I hear this a lot, or I feel this energy. They start to feel their algorithms slip or not getting comments. What should I post? How often should I post? I got to go post more stuff. And honestly, do you want to know the secret? I want you to all comment love. Okay, I want you all to comment love. The first thing you need to do when you start to feel like your comments are going down is you go to stories and you go to reply to 25 stories, or it says message at the bottom. You go to your post. You start commenting on people's posts. And the 2 best things are compliment or a question. Usually when you compliment someone, even if they just shared, like, people go, what do I say when people just post like a positive quote? I'm like, you tell them, thank you for sharing that quote. That was awesome. I needed to hear that today. There's always something to respond to. And when you're going, what do I comment on that? That teaches you also what you shouldn't do. Because if you don't know what to comment on somebody else's and you do something similar, they're not going to know what to comment on yours. Like, you need to learn from that. Okay. So compliment, or, they got their hair cut. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Who cut your hair? Or, oh my gosh, those cookies look so yummy. Have you ever tried them with white chocolate instead of milk chocolate chips? Or, okay. So a compliment or a question, and you go love on other people first. Okay. And then you post and you make sure you have a 1-button response. You have some sort of question. You're like, here's a little bit about me. Now tell me about you. I want to know about you. I'm showing you what I had fun cooking today. I'm showing you how I did my hair today. I'm showing you the date I had with my husband today. Tell me about you. And that's got to be the goal, okay? That we always post with a little bit of vulnerability. You don't have to tell everything on Facebook. Okay, I don't believe in that. But you post with a little bit of vulnerability. And then, hey, I want to know more about you. And both their regular life and something that has to do with your product. Okay. So my last question for you gals is about kind of customer service and showing love. What kind of either consistent things or maybe something that's kind of been part of your branding, or what's something you do to show love that you can tell that it comes back when you post? Like you're like, I can see the give and take. There's no proof of it. There's nowhere that says Facebook goes, you commented on this many people, so we showed it to this many people. We just see the trends. Like we just know what happens, but there's not really a way to prove it. On a business page in a group, you can see the analytics there, so you can kind of see it, but still it won't measure exact correlations. You just go, oh, I did that. This happened. I did it again. It keeps happening. Okay. I can feel safe that it happens. So Kathy, let's start with you. What are some ways that you love on people that you see that helps your algorithms, like that customer service interaction on Facebook? What do you do?
So absolutely, I go to stories always and I react to them. I don't usually, for most posts, it's very seldom I just give the boring thumbs up. I usually react, either a wow or the care or the heart. I try and do a reaction. I always try to comment, and I try to comment more than just a single word. I try to make the comment a little bit more meaningful than wow or congrats, right? Like I try to do it. Make it more personal and authentic, and make it sound like me. It has to sound like me talking.
Yeah.
And so I do that on stories. I do that on people's posts. When people invite me to other groups, I tend to accept and check out the group. I do give it a chance and will interact in that group if it looks interesting and is something that I'm familiar with. And then I like to go to people's personal profiles. And the other thing I do is Messenger. I'll often go through Messenger and look at people who I haven't spoken to for a while. So I scroll down and I go, geez, I kind of forgot about that person, because you have your frequent flyers.
Yeah.
And so I go down a bit deeper, and then I'll just say, I haven't heard from you. How are you doing? How Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever it might be.
Right.
And those people back to the top. So I try to kind of recycle my Messenger conversation.
Smart.
As in get people I haven't spoken to. And then the same, this is a perfect time of year with a new year coming to reach out to people that you went to school with or that you haven't seen for a long time, particularly if you've been in lockdown and not able to see people like we have where I am. It's like reaching out and just saying, hey, I'm so excited for the new year. Do you have any plans? I hope we can get together in 2022. It's been 2 years. And I just find that every time I do that, I can see a post where you get 2 or 3 likes or a couple of comments or a couple of views. And the next time I post, I always do that before I post. Then when I post, I can see it's night and day difference. The other thing that's night and day difference is I feel good about it. So my confidence goes up. I'm happy. I think I've made their day, because the one thing I do this business, not just because I have fun with the food and that, but I want to leave some type of an impact on the world. And at first it was all about, maybe if I build a team and I change somebody's life, when I die, somebody will say something nice. Maybe. Right? Yeah. I read the book, Who Will Cry When You Die, and I realized not very many people. So I changed.
Oh.
Now it is still about that, but now it's also, maybe I could also make other people's day just a little brighter. Sometimes people don't tell you, they just need a hello or a how are you or I miss you or that type of thing. And at the end of the day, I feel like, wow, I did my part to make things a little bit better somewhere, and I didn't try to sell a damn thing.
Wow. Yeah. And I'm so glad you pointed this out, because I know in the back of a few viewers' heads, they were starting to go, because you said reach out to somebody from high school, reach out. And I know in the back of their heads, because they've heard it for some, what, and tell them about my business? No. And I'm so glad you kept going and finished it, No, we're saying like you saw a picture of their Christmas and you're like, what? You went to Hawaii? I'm so happy for you. Okay, like pure, just genuine friendship. And then guess what? Some of them will buy and some of them won't, because then they'll start seeing your post about your products and then they'll comment on those and you can move it to that conversation. So this is authentic, but it works. It really, really works. So good job, Kathy. I love that. Thank you for your wisdom. That's a cool book. I may have to check that one out. All right. Emily, do you want to go next? How do you show love to your people? I know you do, but you tell them your little methods.
Yeah, I was trying to think of other things just because I want to say ditto for some great suggestions. I think, other things, some of them aren't even social media, but they're keeping me in front of people's minds.
Yeah.
My entire phone book basically gets a text, during certain holidays. I use a mass texting program, but it's usually a picture of me and Micah and the cat, and, saying Happy New Year, or, Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you. Basically, we're grateful you're in our lives and things like that, just to love on them and be authentic and not be salesy. I guess. Yeah. I do think that building relationships, although it does lead to better sales, if my focus is on the better sales, it won't. If my focus is on the relationships, then it will. Right. So, yeah, I mean that, and then also, trying to, I hope you can't hear that, but my cat is like scratching to get in the door. Speaking of her, I think I just mentioned her for the first time, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, they're talking about me. I have to get in." Anyway, I think that posting on, both on mostly on my timeline about things that have nothing to do with my business, but that are really genuinely like me. They're authentic. They show my vulnerability, whether that's talking about being in 12-step recovery. I've always been very open about that. Talking about the struggles I've had with my pregnancy. Other things like my cat has a hashtag, we do too, like as a couple, I feel like that, and like you said, you don't have to do that. But for me, that welcoming of people into our lives, I think I'm a different person to them because of that. They know us, they know Micah, they know his business, they know our joint, last name, the Lawrence-Steins, because he's a Lawrence and I'm a Morgenstein, they feel like they're a part of our lives. So, they want to help us. They want to help support his business. They want to help support my business. I've had people that I barely know that are clients who are like, "What's your baby registry?" I'm like, "Oh my God, you're my client." That's so sweet and thoughtful, I just feel like because I do share so much of my life authentically, but not negatively, that I'm showing them a love in a way too, by trusting them and inviting them into my world.
Very cool. I love it. And I think, and that's one of the things I love about your group is just that you will start the hard conversations. You will make it a place. And then, but I don't think you even realize you're doing this. You just assume everybody else is. You reply to every comment. That's a big deal. Not everybody does. I even have days I don't. And I'm like, I got to get to, because I care, but sometimes, and that's the thing. I'm still sure that you have a few things about your life you don't share, but you're willing to share it in a way that will inspire someone else. You're not complaining. You will say, this is hard. You'll say, you'll even give people the opportunity to share a few ideas with you. But, very positive, very just real without, because I do think it's important to keep the energy as positive. People like to be around positive people. And we all need a little less drama. And I think you make it that way. You let people just be a part of your real life. And when you say something's hard, you still say it with hope that, but I'm going to take that next step. I might be hour by hour, but I'm going to keep going. So I love that about
thank
that.
you. I'm glad it comes across that way, because that's definitely my goal. And what what you don't see is how many people then private message me from messages like that. And, that we continue on those conversations and build those really, really vulnerable relationships, whether that's about anything that would lead to my business or not. It's just that they really are connecting with me. And saying, oh my gosh, like, thank you for sharing that. I can't even tell you how many messages I get saying that.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Awesome.
All right, Wendy, you're up, girl.
Oh my gosh. I want to throw one more thing in about your algorithm challenge, because when you guys were talking about posting on your personal walls. So I've been doing this for 6 years. Okay. And it's the only company I've ever been part of. So last fall, when I did your algorithm challenge, I had friends of mine that have been friends for a long time, that all of a sudden were like, hey girl, I didn't know that you sold hair accessories. And they're like, what do these look like? Or tell me about these. So your algorithm challenge helped me reach some of these people too that were my friends on Facebook, but they weren't seeing anything. But that was one thing I wanted to throw in, because it was kind of an aha moment for me when that started to happen.
Yeah.
So
it's you guys,
a few things.
Yeah, when you understand algorithms, you will get people to comment who have not commented for a long time, or people who've never commented before. Like, we hear that from almost everybody who takes our challenge. It's actually kind of mind-blowing. And it's just simply because you didn't understand the right thing to do and the right thing to post to get Facebook to work for you harder. And so it's magical, but it's actually pretty practical. So anyway, sorry, Wendy, go for it. Thank you so much.
So one of the things that I do in my customer group, we have so much fun with it. We recently took my customer group, my name of my customer group, and we changed it to something like super personal for everyone. So we were always just Hair Haven for VIPs. We actually took it and we named it "Hey Girl, Fix Your Ponytail."
Oh, so wow!
We call it that because we're very supportive in that group to each other, and it's one of those things where, again, another, like Emily said, it's a safe place where you can come, you can share things. It's not just hair. It's not just hair care. It's a lot of value that we put in there as well. And a lot of people come there because, first of all, sometimes they're just curious about the name, because they're like, wow, what is this all about? And there's nothing a good ponytail can't fix. And it's just one of those things that I've always felt, I mean, you can take it out, you can tighten it, you can redo it, you can get something new to wear a ponytail with. You can always make changes, but we have that freedom to always make changes in life. So that's something that we focus on a lot. Another thing I started doing last year, which has been really successful, at the beginning of every month, I ask everyone if they're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary in the month of December. So when they start posting below, I'm celebrating a birthday December 4th, as soon as I see that message, I go in and I schedule a happy birthday message in Facebook to pop up on the day of their birthday. And it's wonderful because you can tag them in your Facebook posts. A lot of platforms don't allow you to tag. So what's happening is, and I make it a very simple, like, hey, happy birthday, tell us what you're doing today. Or I hope you have made your plans. If I know they have kids, I'm like, did your kids make you breakfast?
Cute.
things like that. And then the rest of our group members are wishing each other happy birthday, or they're like, you share a birthday with my cousin in Cincinnati, or, you know, a lot of these things. And we do anniversaries. So we talk about, you know, which anniversary is this for you? Where did you get married? But the fun thing is that it's minimal time on my part to sit down, and when all those birthdays and posts start coming out, you know, I already have a birthday club for my regular business customers. So that is something I do through PB Broadcast and through our Amy app. And so those ladies are given, frequent customers are given a gift certificate from me. But I have a large VIP group, and there's ladies in there that don't shop on a regular basis, or they're just looking around, you know, they're window shopping. But they should be celebrated too. And so it's always fun to learn, like, how many of them have the same birthday I do, or, you know, something of that nature, or that we celebrate an anniversary. And so, like, for instance, me getting married on Christmas Day, a whole bunch of my customers in my group were like, don't forget to add yourself in for Christmas Day for your anniversary. And so they look forward to that. And, you know, as the administrator of the group, you just set it up, and then you don't have to remember to track it. You don't have to remember to wish someone happy birthday, because you already have it set. You're using Facebook tools, which Facebook loves, like nobody's business. So, you know, they're going to see those things also.
Love it. Well, that was such a great idea, you guys. Don't you love that? Oh my gosh, so good. I've definitely done like a birthday post. Tell me whose birthday it is that you're celebrating this month, but I haven't gone back and scheduled those individual posts. That is brilliant. You're so good, Wendy. Another one, if you don't already do this, is to, you know, when you're in your personal profile, it will show you people's birthdays. If you send, and I would send a private message. If you send a private message, then once a year, you've kind of reignited that algorithm with that person. But ask a good question and like show real interest in them, not just happy birthday. So they will reply back and they'll start seeing your post. So it's a give. It's very much what you give is what you get back. It's just give and take. It's just almost every single religion, no matter what it is, has that philosophy, you know, what goes around comes around, golden rule. It doesn't matter, you know, whatever you call it. That's how life works. So, sorry, I muted just in time. I've been sneezing this morning. I'm not sure what's up. You guys have so many great ideas. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about our 2002 or 2000. Wow. 2000. I missed the 2 in there. Thank you. I've got an extra 2. 2022 algorithm challenge. And then my last question for these ladies is going to be this. So think about this while I'm talking about that. Is what do you wish you had known, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, when you started in MLM direct sales? What's something that you wish you had known? Okay. And if you could tell someone, look, go do this week. If you're struggling and you're like, you know, go do this. Like, what's that thing you would suggest they do? Now, there's only 4 boxes I can do on here. So I have to put one of you down to pop up the challenge. So Wendy, I'm going to put you down for just a hot second, but don't go anywhere. Okay. So just letting you know, I'm not kicking you out. I'm just, I just have to hide you for a hot second. Okay. All right. So let me tell you about our 2022 algorithm challenge. This is so much fun, y'all. Okay. And the link to this just popped up, or if you've commented #holiday, you will see a button that says products or programs. I always forget which word it is. It starts with a P. You'll find it. And you can go in there and find the link. Okay. So this is a blast. Okay. So it's a 14-day challenge. And we are going to give you tip after tip after tip of things that will increase your algorithms on your personal profile, on a business page, and or in a group. Wherever you're working your business, these tips will be helpful in all 3 areas. Okay. We do a kickoff with a Zoom call. We're going to have a Zoom call on December 30th. I want your head in the game before January 1st, because if you're like my brain, okay, January, the 31st comes and I'm partying. Well, I don't party very hard. I'm kind of boring, but, have some fun with my kids. And then we, have family time on the 1st. And then rather you're getting kids back to school or you're going back to work, you kind of get life going. And then now it's like January 5th and you're like, I should start thinking about my business. I don't want you to wait till then. Okay. We're trying to get you thinking a little bit farther ahead than that and have a game plan for the weekend. Okay. So we're going to start, we'll have a Zoom call, and it's okay if you can't come. It's recorded. And every day you're going to get an email. About every other day we send you a text message. But every day you're going to get an email that says, hey, go check out the new video for today. And we're going to be talking about creative ways to show love. We're going to talk about fun things to post with regards to both your regular post, your little squares, what are you, tell us what you're thinking, or no, what's on your mind. That's what it says. Stories. We're even going to hit on reels a little bit. We're going to touch on it. I'm not going to mislead you at all. It's not a full training on reels. It's only 14 days. Okay. You could talk about reels for months and not be done, but we're going to touch on why reels are a good thing to start thinking about and doing, and really simple reels that you could do in those 2 weeks. Okay. And reels are one of those things. It's not that Facebook favors them. It's that there's fewer people doing them. So if you do them and people like them, Facebook's going to show them to more people. They're looking for people to create content. Wherever people are creating the least amount of content is a huge opportunity for you. Okay. So we're going to hit on all those things. We're going to hit just a teeny bit on messaging. We do not, absolutely, everyone who's taken any of my trainings know we do not do cold messaging, but we do know how to engage with people and ask the right questions in Messenger where we don't feel pushy and where it's authentic and we just find out if there's something that they're needing. Okay. So we're going to cover a lot of little topics with short videos every day, and we'll have a couple Zoom calls. Definitely one at the beginning, middle, and end to wrap things up. You'll have those 14 days. You'll have access to the videos in those 14 days. When the 14 days are up, the videos, your access to that program does go away because it's only $19. Okay. So we want you to just kick off this new year. Okay. And there's lots of people that aren't on the call. You're totally welcome to copy that link. Get your friends sidelines, upline, whether they're in the same company or different company. Anyone that needs help with algorithms, even someone with a small business, a boutique, anyone can benefit from this who is trying to sell anything. Like, Emily's fiance, if he has a Facebook page and selling his boards, he could. Does that make sense? Anyone could take it. So again, let me put this back down, put the link back up one more time. So this is the link. It's only $19. And you guys, everybody's welcome. Spread it far and wide. We are going to have a blast. And seriously, for $19, your ROI will be amazing. Anyone who follows it well have seen repeat sales from past customers and have found new customers. And in 14 days, okay? How many of you have been wishing you could do that? It's amazing, okay? So I hope you join it. We're going to have a blast. I know Wendy's a big fan of it. So let me put this back down and bring her back. Because, and we'll pop up the link again if you need it. And Porter will be posting it too. Okay. We're going to have so much fun. So our last question, okay. What is something you would say if somebody said, I'm just struggling. I'm not sure if I should do this anymore. I'm not sure how to, get back in front of people. What would you tell people? Like, you know what, hun, go try this for the next 7 days. This is the thing that, I find helpful. What is your thing, Emily? What would you suggest?
Ooh, I think probably, taking like a part of their personality, and just really branding themselves with it. Mm-hmm. Like maybe for me, it has been sharing kind of intimate, vulnerable things. Another part is that I'm fun and make jokes, and I think people know that when they go on my personal timeline that I may have said something and, you know, it's whatever, it's a joke or it's inappropriate or whatever. But taking something, you know, that's important to them, and kind of stretching it out as a brand and really branding themselves with it. If they could take 3 things, I think that would be better. But, you know, if they're really struggling, you know, whether that's motivation, and inspiration, like they want it, you know, to then, you know, engage people in that way, whatever is important to them. And so if it is a motivational quote, like you were talking before, asking a question around it, you know, and to try and, you know, get people engaged with whatever they really feel passionate about. So maybe.
I love it. I love it. And I believe in that so much, in evoking emotion. Okay. Rather to make them laugh, you make them go, ah, or just even a little, I wouldn't say your stuff's inappropriate. There's a little bit of shock factor now and then, but definitely nothing they haven't seen on Hulu, right? Yeah, no, it's not inappropriate. It's like, oh, not everybody's talking about sex on their profile, you know, like, but Emily does because that's her career, like that's her gig. So yeah, it's just, you know, so evoking emotion, that's really, really, it is something that really does go far. So I love that. Thank you. Kathy, what's your 2 cents? What would you tell them to do?
If somebody's just lost their mojo, I think the first thing I would do is tell them to breathe and give themselves grace. It's okay. Sometimes you do, right? And sometimes you go into a bit of a slump. And when that happens, I would sit back and I would think, I would want to come up with a plan, and I would want to prioritize, where does my business fall in my life, and where do I want it to be? And then plot out an actual schedule of what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it. And it never hurts to tap into somebody else, because I believe in the people on my team, even if they don't believe in themselves. And they support my belief. It is free. It's always available. I will love you where you are. I'm not going to judge you if you're in a slump. I've been there. I'm not going to, you know, just let me, borrow from me if you need to, the energy, the belief, the confidence, because I know anyone can do this business if they want it. And the truth is, if you don't want it and you decide to step away, that's actually okay too, right? Like, we can't have everybody wanting to do the same thing. We need people to do different things. And if this isn't your passion, that's okay, but let me help you. And if it's just a slump, you can borrow my belief, my confidence in you, and until you believe again yourself. And that would be what I would tell somebody who's had a loss of their juice to go.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Miss Wendy, your thoughts?
Couple of things. So do not take Facebook personally ever. If I have to give some advice on something like that,
amen.
That's a huge amen for me, because you know, it is so easy to blame Facebook when your team goes silent, your customer group goes silent, and you've like worked to really build your algorithm, and then all of a sudden it just stops for no reason, and then you're like, and then all of a sudden I think sometimes you're like, well, it's over. Like, I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Yeah.
You know, I put all this effort into this and it's over. And I think that's something really important to remember, is Facebook is just Facebook. Yep. It's just social media. It's sometimes you don't even have control over where things go, what gets shown, how things work. What you can do is hook up with people like Michelle. You can connect with people that, you know, are out there, that you're seeing their posts on a regular basis, and look at some of those things and see how you can apply that to your own business as a whole, and how you can utilize that, you know, because we can all learn from each other as we keep going. And so that's something that's important to remember. Consistency is huge. That is something that I had to really, really kind of get used to and realize that consistency. I'm very consistent with my team on a regular basis, because I feel very responsible for them, and, you know, and guiding them. But when it comes to my own stuff, I'm not. So it's a struggle. I have to be consistent. But I would encourage people out there to look for things that will help you to be consistent. There are platforms out there. There are content clubs. I think Michelle has a club where you can get content that helps 150% with your time, because you will never again wake up thinking, what am I going to post tomorrow? That should never be a thought in your head. And for me, I have worked really hard to make sure I don't have to have that thought. So now my thought is, when am I going to fill in, when we have a sale, when we have a special, it's like, okay, I just have to slide this in between this, or look at my peak times, put my information in, and I'm done. So, block off a few hours every month, get all your content done for your customer group, get all of those things done, and be kind to yourself, because when you do, in the end, it's just a big old breath of fresh air when you can sit down and think, I don't have to, we have enough stuff to think about, and having to remember what to post is like, nobody wants to do that. And sometimes you're just not in the mood to post fun stuff, you're just not having it, and it's not one of those days for you. So I think the consistency is a big deal. Utilize the business suite on Facebook. Learn how to use their tools, because the more you use Facebook's tools, the more they're going to show what you're doing. So you scratch their back, they scratch yours. So it's the same with business. Also, too, I want to throw a quick challenge out there to team leaders to get out there and share this algorithm challenge and get your teams involved with it, because it's only going to help them build their businesses even better. And it's one less training that you have to do.
Well, and when they have a little buy-in, they're much more likely to do it. There is something about they invest, they're more likely to do it. It's kind of amazing, actually, how that works. So thank you for saying that, Wendy. I appreciate that. Consistency is your hardest thing, Donna. I hear you. From setting reminders to using scheduling tools, there's so many things you can do to get better at that. Accountability partners. Think about what Weight Watchers does or any of those kind of things, that's kind of a good little blueprint. I'm not saying do Weight Watchers. I'm just saying, there's things out there that we're like, oh, okay, we can learn from that and get consistency in any part of our life that we're trying to do. So yeah, I love it. All right, gals. So I want to hear, and gentlemen, how many of you are taking on our algorithm challenge, comment challenge? Kathy, I'm going to put you down for just a second. Don't go away. I'm going to put the link back up again. I want to give you this opportunity, my friends that are watching. If you have any questions for Emily, Wendy, or Miss Kathy, go ahead and put them in the comments. Also, please tell them a big thank you. They're absolutely volunteering their time to be here. If you haven't yet, comment #holiday so that you'll get the links to all their Facebook groups. And please be respectful in their groups and don't message them for free business advice, you guys. They each have their own business. But you can join our challenge and you can check out the smart things they do in their group. You can learn a ton from other people by watching. So absolutely. Donna's in, and yeah, girl. So I just popped that link up again for the challenge. Just a reminder, it's 14 days. You're going to have a video each day. We're going to have a couple Zoom meetings where you can come and ask questions. And you're going to learn things that are going to help any place you're working your business, your profile, a group, or a page. It will help all the places, okay? And you're welcome to share that link far and wide, sidelines, uplines, downlines, just friends that you have from other companies. You're welcome to, one of the best things for consistency, right, is to have an accountability partner, someone that's got a similar goal and walking alongside of you. It will start, Miss Felicia, on Thursday. It will start on Thursday, December 30th. We want to get this kicked off before you get there, or before the new year starts. Okay. All right. So tell all these gals thank you. Let's see if we have any questions. You guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here and your wisdom and your hearts. You guys are awesome. Yes, Deborah, you can. I am going to do like a bonus call on Monday. I don't know what Monday is. I think it's the 3rd. I'm going to do a bonus call on the 3rd, kind of a second restart in case people start after the new year. You're absolutely welcome to purchase the challenge then. Absolutely. Let's see if there's any other question. Sometimes it takes a minute for them to think of the question, post it, and then it to show up where I can read it. Tracy, let me look for you real quick. Also, I'm sure Porter's looking for you. Everybody say hi to Porter. He's my son and he's my assistant. He helps keep things moving because I can't always read and talk at the same time. I have got Miss Christine in and I've got Miss Kathy in. Donna, did you sign up for the challenge today or a different day, hun? Just to verify. Yes, it was a great meeting, wasn't it, Deborah? Absolutely. These ladies are so amazing. The kickoff on the 30th, did we say 4 or 5 Pacific, Porter? Do you remember? Let me put that link up for you one more time, Miss Tabby. Kathy, you're going down, but we'll put you right back up. That link should be popping up right in the comments. Or if you've commented #holiday, you can click on the link that the message you got that says programs. Either way works. Okay. It will be, we usually do it around 6 or 7 Eastern time, which makes it 4 or 5 Pacific time, our launch. We don't want it so late that if you have a party that night, you can still do your party, but want people to be able to join it if they have a quote unquote 9 to 5 job. So that's usually what we do. And it's totally recorded, you guys. Totally recorded. And there's a Facebook group for you to join. Lots of fun things. Miss Deborah, let's see. The link just popped up in the comments. All you have to do is scroll up just a little bit, hun. Just scroll up a little bit, Miss Deborah, and you'll find that. Okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect, Donna. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. All righty. I'm not seeing too many comments. Yay, Miss Felicia. Any last thoughts from any of you? Anything else you're like, oh, I got to tell them this. Any last thoughts? No? You guys shared lots of golden nuggets today. Okay, so I just wanted to send good vibes to you guys. Anything you're comfortable sharing, what's a 2022 goal you have? And it could be personal or with your business. Yes, Deborah, the link will be the same after the 1st. I know, Wendy, you were saying you had some big goals for 2022. Do you already know what they are? Or at least some of them?
Yep. So a couple of them we did collectively. I met with an awards committee that we built off of my team. And we talked about goals and things like that. But one of my big goals was to get more organized on my team page, delegate some things. So I've done that, which is a huge, if anybody knows me, it's a really big step for me. So I did that. We do have monetary goals. I'm looking at, I would love to hit 100,000 in sales in the month of November next year.
Nice.
So we are building up to that and also implementing some more personal type training for stylists that are looking to promote within our company. There is money to be had. And so, you know, a lot of us have grown. We have climbed that ladder. We're still climbing the ladder. And we have found that there are things that work for us. And to have some of that one-on-one training or two-on-one is also very helpful. Personally, I'm looking to walk away from my job this year.
Wow.
That's been a goal for a while. So it's just a matter of just kind of wrapping some things up. I have some financial goals, and I want to far exceed what I'm bringing home. And so I'm over, let's see, 3/4 of the way there. Certain months I'm way over, but I would like to see it a little bit more so that I have money for retirement, and I have, I'm just trying to set things in place. And I have, like I said, I've got big lofty goals. So there's a lot happening. I have girls on my team that I really want to help promote this year in 2022. I want to see them enjoy the fruits of their labors the way I enjoy mine. I want them to financially be able to pay for braces and hockey lessons and, pay off a car, things like that. So those are the kinds of things. Those are the kinds of goals that I have set for our team. Then we've done them collectively. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I really believe when you set your goals, you help somebody else accomplish theirs, and vice versa. If you don't set your goals, or somebody that could have been helped that won't be. Like, I really think it's powerful. Setting goals there. Some people don't like the word goals. You can say whatever you want, like
I do.
You can call it all sorts of different things. A bucket list. You can call it getting what you want most of your life, like all sorts of things. But I call it pray always. Like, there's all sorts of things that you can call it. What about you, Miss Emily? I know. What month is your baby due?
April.
I'm so excited for you. So excited.
Yeah. So, one of my goals obviously will be, to, continue through the struggle that will probably be, having a newborn and all of that. Yeah. My team is probably on track, definitely on track, growth wise, to hit $250,000 next year. So that will be exciting. I guess the other thing that I was just thinking is, Pure Romance rebranded in this year. And, so part of that was kind of looking at a larger women's wellness picture. So, we're introducing supplements and, health and wellness program and all sorts of things. So kind of I guess that, we had been looking at like what is sexy, and and kind of came up with the idea that sexy doesn't start when the lights go out. Sexy starts when the sun comes up. And I think a lot of people,
I like that.
Like as women, we need to feel good all day long to feel good at night. So, I think this year will be, for me, really introducing people, to that idea, in my client group, and, really kind of strengthening, my, sexual wellness Sundays, and self-love, and lots of empowerment, and empowering each other, empowered women, empower women, and feeling more confidence, self-confidence.
I love it.
So I think those are kind of my little bit of the personal goal. And I really hope you can't hear the cat, because she's like insane right now.
No, you're fine.
Okay, good. So, some personal goals, something for my team, making sure that they have the support they need, and then also, for my clients.
I love it. I really love that. Sexy starts in the morning. That is so good. Like, there's so many ways to go with that, mentally, physically, all sorts of things. That's really cool. I love that. Yep, definitely influences how we feel come nighttime. That's for sure. That's brilliant. I love that. You're going to represent that really well. I love that. Awesome. What about you, Miss Kathy? What are some of your goals?
I'm going to say, so I have team goals, but I tend to be more process focused than outcome focused, if that makes sense.
I love that. Yep.
I don't really focus on what the results will be because I can't control that, but I can focus what I do. So I'm very active driven or focused. So I have team goals, but it's things that I want to do with my team, trainings I want to offer them, or trainers I want to bring in, that type of thing. And then hoping that means there will be outcomes that are successful because they'll be successful. And the more lives that I can touch that way, then the more people that get successful, then I'm worried about what I'm doing. As far as personally, we're launching a new Eat Well, Live Well program January 1st. It's a year-long program with, a whole portal full of recipes and meal plans and even exercise videos. I'm really excited about getting into that personally and changing my. The last time I did one of our, what we called shreds, I lost like 30 pounds. So I'm looking forward to doing that and seeing how my health changes over the year that we're doing it. And then finally, when it comes to my customers, it's just, again, looking to be the best, I don't even know what word is that I can to help them. If they need a solution, then come to me for, be it a food solution or a gift solution. We have gift baskets, things like that. So I've got several goals in different places, but I'd say I'm really focused on the activities that I need to do or the things I want to offer, and then see who it serves best.
Awesome. So Ms. Wallace, if you will comment #holiday, and then you're going to get Emily's Facebook group information, then you can connect with her there. Okay. Or if you look at her name right here on the screen, you might be able to find her and add her as a friend. Every now and then I put in somebody's name and it just doesn't pull up easy for me on Facebook. I don't know if any of you experience that. So anyway, just a little thought for you. Okay. So yeah, we would love to make sure you connect with Emily. All you have to do is comment #holiday and you'll get all our guest information to their Facebook group. So we want to make sure that happens. All right. Awesome. You guys, I love it. I love your goals. I love it. I absolutely believe I say there's 2 E goals: end result and effort. And you've always got to have both. And it's fun how that all works out. You guys are awesome. So if you would please just give these gals a big thank you. I don't see too many other comments. I did see one question about, my guess is you are with paparazzi. If you have old jewelry, haven't bought new jewelry, girl, I'm telling you, there's always someone who hasn't seen your jewelry. We have some really great tips on finding new customers, your algorithms. Join the algorithm challenge. I know that will help you. There's always someone who hasn't seen what you have. It's always new to somebody. Wendy, I'm sure, has had a hair clip a Flexiclip that she's had for probably 5 years and is still new to somebody. So, right. It's just, there's always someone who hasn't heard about it. There's tons of people on Facebook that you can connect with. So the algorithm challenge can always help with stuff like that. So Ms. Wallace, make sure it's #holiday with no spaces. #holiday all together, no spaces, and that hopefully will work for you. Okay. Yes, the challenge will still be open on January 1st. No problem whatsoever. Absolutely. Ladies, thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your time. You've been so inspiring. Mwah. You guys remember, there's always someone waiting to meet you, and they are the epitome of showing you that they're just prepared, right? They're just prepared to love on people that come their way. Thank you so much, you guys. Appreciate all of you so much. And yeah, thank you. Love you all.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye, guys. Ciao, y'all.